The Children's Center in Bethany, Oklahoma is the state's only pediatric rehabilitation center. It is a haven of faith, hope, and love for families from all across the country. Every day within the walls of this place, small miracles happen. When Maddie Mallory felt a calling from God and founded the center in 1898, she could never have imagined the fruits of her investment. Certainly, faith has sustained the growth from a humble orphanage to a state-of-the-art fiscally sound hospital caring for children with complex medical and physical disabilities. The center now serves two distinct populations. The Nursing and Rehabilitative Care Unit, NRC, is a long-term care facility dedicated to caring for children with disabilities resulting from birth defect or complications, traumatic accidents, or illness. The Pediatric Medical Rehabilitation Unit, PMRU, is the newest facility. It is specifically designed to address the needs of children who have experienced traumatic incidents such as brain and spinal injury or illnesses.
The Children's Center is a very unique facility. We have a niche that no one else is providing care for. No one has ever really provided in the state of Oklahoma pediatric rehabilitation for a child that was involved in a car accident, for example. They would have had to gone out of state in order to receive the care that they needed. This place is really a godsend, and the community has done a great job of providing services for the Children's Center, the funding for the Children's Center, that we're able to provide these types of services right here in the state of Oklahoma. We have the only state pediatric physiatrist in the whole state of Oklahoma. And so you take that team leader with the combination of our physical therapy, our occupational therapy, and our nursing staff, to our dietary staff, to housekeeping. You put that whole combination together, we have a place that allows children to heal and reach their potential.
From the beginning, the goal of the Children's Center has remained the same: to maximize life's potential. This goal is accomplished every day, while allowing families to stay together and minimizing the cost to both the patient and Medicaid. The Children's Center was founded and continues to operate on the principles of faith, hope, and love. The Children's Center has now become a place of healing for children and their families in Oklahoma. From across the state and the nation, families come to the Nursing Rehabilitative Care Unit, the Children's Center's main facility, for hope. The care provided here allows healing and childhood to take place at the same time. The average stay in the 100-bed NRC is 2 years. Throughout a child's stay, highly qualified staff members provide 24-hour medical care, comprehensive rehabilitative therapies, respiratory care, special education, training, and support to families.
I'm Jimmy, and this is my wife, Kimberly Tilley. We live in Duncan, Oklahoma, and our son, Kyle, is a resident here at the Children's Center. 4 or 5 years ago, I'm not sure that he was even going to be with us much longer. You know, it had become such a battle on a day-to-day basis, just, like I say, just to survive.
Kyle got to the point where he was a little more medically needy than what we could take care of at home. When we started researching for places for him to go to, this was by far and away the best option that we could find.
Kyle Tilley was a healthy baby until he became disabled at 2 months of age. He was diagnosed with severe spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy. When he was 10 years old, Kyle's parents had to make the hardest decision of their lives when they came to the Children's Center.
And Kyle has blossomed since he's come here. I think the biggest change was when the dietitians here were, like I said, were able to get his diet normalized. You know, he's gained 30% of his weight in the last 3 years since he's been here, and his weight had been stagnant.
Kyle loves activity, he loves people, and there's something always going on here for him. He always loved music, and they have a music program here for him. He likes to play the games, and they play games in classes. He just loves the activity that they have here.
Everything Kyle does, while fun, is also therapeutic, occupational, musical, physical, or otherwise. Kyle has a full day every day. Throughout the day, Kyle uses a switch to control many different aspects of his environment, including play, communication, and education. This is just one example of how the Children's Center develops the potential of every child. The care is thorough and personal. While the patients here get to be children, the families also get to be just families.
I think the biggest thing is that here we get to be parents rather than a nurse.
It's given us an opportunity to let our other boys be boys. You know, he has 2 older brothers, and you know, while Kyle was growing up at home, so much of everybody's time was devoted, you know, to taking care of Kyle that the older boys didn't, you know, they missed out on some things because of that. So, you know, I would say that's probably an advantage to the family.
If we wanted to take off on the motorcycle, we took off. We went for a ride.
He's a much better little boy, a much happier little boy now than he was when we had him at home.
My name's Tia Morrow. I have a 4-year-old daughter, Ella, here at the Children's Center. We came to the Children's Center after my daughter was diagnosed with ADEM. She was in the hospital for 2 months, and then we came to the Children's Center for rehab. We looked at rehab centers both here in Bethany and out of state, and felt that Ella would be better off here at the Children's Center, staying in Oklahoma. We felt like she was a person here. The other center we visited out of state, we felt very much like a number, and we wanted her, she was just more personal here.
Until recently in Oklahoma, when a child had a traumatic brain or spinal injury or illness that required rehabilitation, their family had to consider looking out of state for care. Now, with the Children's Center's construction of the Pediatric Medical Rehabilitation Unit, children can stay close to home and still receive quality care. When a child has a sudden injury or illness, like Ella, with acute disseminated encephalomyelitis, they need a place where they can heal and be surrounded by love. The PMRU takes a family-centered approach to caring for children and the family as a whole. Created to feel like home, the rehab unit includes childlike details and amenities specifically for children. The new 30,000 square foot facility can house a maximum of 20 children and their families. This small number allows the PMRU to focus on the unique care of each child.
It's a small enough unit that you really feel like you're a part of a family. The nurses all, when they come to work, they come in and say hi. They know Ella, they know me, they know my family. We know the other families. We're all just a big family. The Children's Center promotes independence with the kids and with the family providing their care. For Ella, it happens to be giving her medications, helping her to walk, helping her to eat, just even showing her how to sit up, teaching her. She's having to learn everything over, so it's kind of a long process. I very much feel a part of the team for Ella, and they're helping me become her rehab specialist so that when we go home, I can continue those things.
At the Children's Center, there is constant communication among the staff members, as well as with the family. The children's work in one class is reinforced in another. Speech therapy is reinforced in special education. Physical therapy reinforces music therapy. This level of integrated care within the PMRU has lowered the average rehab stay to 25 days.
The more progress Ella makes here at the Children's Center, the more I hope for her. When we first came to the Children's Center, she was barely sitting, and my goal for Ella when we left was, I hope she can roll over in bed on her own. Now she's walking, and I'm thinking, let's walk out of here, let's go. I've seen so many miracles walk out of this building that I hold on to that myself for her hope.
At the Children's Center, there is hope for every child. A complete team of doctors, nurses, therapists, and staff work together in constant communication on behalf of every child.
I think people need to know that we have such an asset to Oklahoma. When I was looking where to take Ella for rehab, a lot of what I was hearing was go here, go there. It was out of state to big name places. And I went and I looked at those big name places, and I found a treasure here.
The Children's Center is a one-of-a-kind facility, providing medical care, comprehensive therapy, and education to children with special health needs in a practical manner. Here, life is sacred, and all children are of equal worth without respect to physical beauty, intelligence, health, or productivity.
I think everybody needs to come by sometime and tour this place. There's so many people, there's kids all across the state here, and a lot of people don't know about it. Everybody needs to see this place and see what it is. You know, it's a nonprofit, privately funded. You know, everybody needs to get on this bandwagon because there's not a bandwagon like it anywhere.
Trying to sum up the Children's Center in one sentence is difficult. I think that we need to go back to where we started, and that's the love, faith, and hope, because the Children's Center provides love, faith, and hope for each family and each child that comes through our doors.